Go Jehovah, go Jireh. You did it once again, my provider.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another vlog. It's your sis Yaz. You can call me Yasmin, Mina, or Yaz. Any of those are fine with me. This vlog is a little bit different because I'm taking you through more like 2 weeks than one. We're starting off strong with brunch at one of my favorite spots with friends. This is called Prince Tea House. So if you're ever in the capital region, give it a visit and tell them Yaz sent you. I want to start off just by saying to whoever it is that's listening, whoever the Lord has led to this channel under the sound of my voice, I'm so grateful that you're here and that you took the time to watch. And I felt led to let you know that if you are in alignment with God's will for your life, you can never be behind. There's this false narrative that goes around in our generation. I don't know what generation you're part of, watching or listening, but I'm kind of on the cusp of millennial and Gen Z. And in this age that we're in, there's a lot of comparison that comes with social media and looking at people's lives online and looking at people's 20th year toiling after a thing when you're just in year 1 or 2 or 5 or 6. But I think about Moses, who the Lord called to be a deliverer of his people. And he's watching all of this injustice. He's watching his people be enslaved. He's striking down an Egyptian out of anger and disgust. And then he has to flee because his true heart posture started showing and it started to get really shaky for him culturally. And God speaks to him and tells him, I'm going to use you. I've seen and I've heard and I know what's going on and I'm going to use you. And at that moment, he didn't understand what it was going to take to get to that point of deliverance. He knew it was going to be an uphill battle. He knew it wasn't going to be easy, but there was certainly a process that was before him. So I want to share this with y'all as God has shared it to me, as I've been in my word, is that when you're in your process, don't ever think that he's forgotten about you or that you've fallen behind. As soon as God spoke to Moses, it said, you will be a deliverer of my people. The deliverance didn't happen right away. There were signs and wonders and trials and tests and perseverance and endurance and patience that had to take place. And I believe the same for us here on this channel, that whatever we're waiting God for, even if we've been tarrying for it up until the end of the year, and God said this year it's gonna come, soon there's gonna be a change. Though it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come. Amen. Love you guys. It is Veterans Day at the time I'm recording this, so happy Veterans Day to all of y'all and all the veterans and your veteran families. It's kind of a hard day for me, honestly, because I'm accustomed to spending this day with my Lolo, who's my grandpa, who raised me. He was a retired Navy veteran, and we would always do things as a family on this day and just appreciate him and his sacrifice, and thinking too about how he came from the Philippines to build this life for his bloodline and his generations, and I'm operating in my milk and honey lifestyle from the Lord, but it's built upon his vision and his sacrifice. And so yeah, it's kind of a hard day. Some tears were shed, but I know the Lord doesn't want me to stay in that place. Oh, that's right. So I spent the day with my new favorite veteran, one of my close friends. Yeah, me and my hubby went to the movies with him and his wife, and we watched Sarah's Oil. That movie is so good. I just stopped at TJ Maxx and I got peppermint bark. I just be walking around for real, but once this comes out, oh yeah, it's about to be Christmas. But yeah, so I just watched Sarah's Oil. It was so good. I would highly recommend y'all watch that. I don't want to spoil it at all, but 10 out of 10. Definitely go and watch that. Spend your coin and go watch that. I was walking around TJ Maxx to kind of try to contemplate. I also stopped at Hobby Lobby and to grab some pictures from CVS. I'll show you guys when I get home. But I was trying to contemplate what I'm trying to do decor-wise for Christmas this year. It's a whole thing. Dang, child, if I can get this peppermint bark open. I think I want to scale back though, because last year I definitely did a maximalist, more is more type of Christmas, and by the time January came, it got very overstimulating for me to be in my house. I could not rip them decorations down fast enough. And the Lord revealed to me, I think I talked about this previously, but it was because Christmas was an idol for me last year, with it being the first year that I had custody of my brother and just trying to make a special Christmas for him. We lost the plot and Jesus wasn't the focus. And so we have gotten our first snow now here where I live. And I'm thinking about transitioning from fall decor to Christmas decor maybe in the next couple months. Next couple like weeks or days, depending on how I feel. And yeah, I'm just trying to figure out like what that will really look like and how to make it like not overwhelming and like idolizing Christmas this year. So yeah, mentally I'm there. I was watching the other day a prophetic word online, and I got delivered from having itching ears a couple years ago. I'll put the scripture reference on the screen. But I used to be just very like thirsty for a prophetic word when God first re-encountered me as a young adult, and I just didn't really have discipleship going on, so I would just go to sources I could find online. But he had to show me how that could be idolatry and inappropriate, inaccurate, all the things. And so now my point is, if I'm gonna watch a prophetic word online, like I literally need to hear the Lord call me by my government name and say, this is for you, in order for me to watch it and receive it. And he led me to a prophetic word recently, and it was like where the person lived, they had just gotten their first snow. And she was like, the prophetess was like, it came sooner than I expected and I wasn't ready, and I had to go get new snow clothes that fit my kids. And the Lord was telling her, like, if you're ready in and out of season, you don't have to scramble. If you're prepared, be prepared and be expectant, because a new season is coming sooner than you think, and there's a shift. And the Lord led me to that, and that is in alignment with what he's been telling me in my secret time and leading me to in his word. Amen. And then right after I watch that, I go outside and we get our first snow here. So it's just crazy because literally, like, I watched that prophetic word about a snow coming quicker than expected and it being a prophetic sign. And then I walk outside and we get our first snow of the season. I'm just sharing that to document it here on this vlog, that I'm expectant of what the Lord is going to do before 2025 ends. And I hope that, whoever's watching this can also receive that by faith, that God can do a lot with 2025. Just because we're in the middle of November does not mean that he's not faithful to what he promised. Let me run into this grocery store really quick though. Back home now. I spent some time yapping with my brother Trin, who is my bestie in Washington, because we haven't spoken in a minute. I got this from Dollar Tree earlier today, and I've always loved interior design, right? Like when I was a little girl, I wouldn't ask my mom to take me to the toy store. I would ask her to take me to Pottery Barn so I could look around and get inspired by how, like, the different decor trends were. True story, ask my mama. So now that I have my own house as a grown woman, not just a little girl looking around Pottery Barn, one thing I like to do to keep my space visually interesting is play with scale. And so you can get like big, large pieces that kind of like command a room and just grab your attention as soon as you go into the room. And that's fun. But I've also found that small little trinket pieces can add that same level of like depth and dimension and wow and playfulness and whimsy. So I got these pictures printed at CVS. I love getting my pictures printed at CVS because they're so fast and easy and cheap, and they usually have codes going on, but these were only like less than $3. I got wallet sized ones. So this is from our courthouse wedding, me and my hubby. Because I needed this wallet sized, it came with 4, just because obviously they're gonna print it on a sheet. So I'll have some extras, but I'm gonna put this courthouse wedding photo in this little frame from Dollar Tree and put it on this new shelf I hung in our room. This one, so we got a gift last year for Christmas an ornament that was like Mr. and Mrs. established 2024. That was the year we got married, and I think this one could work for it because it's in the shape of a heart, and I think I could cut this in the shape of a heart. The ornament's in the basement, so I'll have to play around with it and see. Let's see. Oh my god, how cute! I think I want to scoot us over a little bit though. Okay, this is the final result. I also got these stickers for my husband's hard hat at work. These are from Hobby Lobby. They were $2.99. So just some with scriptures on the helmet of salvation, you feel me? And then I also got these little fun fishing stickers because my husband's a fisher of men. This was the most expensive thing I got, and it was literally $6. It's just a simple rug. It's pretty big. $6 for this is really good. It's 24 by 36. It was half off at Hobby Lobby. And the rug that I have like under my kitchen sink to wash dishes, my dog ate my original one. That was really nice. I had a scripture on it. Had to throw that away. Didn't have one for months. And then I got one for fall, and it has a pumpkin on it. But as we're transitioning out of fall and into winter, I know I'm going to want to put that up. So I got this in the meantime. This sweet little scallop ceramic bowl, $2. And this, obviously it's like kind of a theme in my house, this little like earthy green, but I just got a tissue box cover. This is gonna go in my front room by the front door. I got a tissue box cover that is like just like this, and pretty much we have a hook where we hang keys, but I noticed my husband likes to just drop the keys like by the door when he comes in, so hopefully he'll get the memo. I'm gonna put this on our little front table and then by a candle that we have, and then this will be like the landing zone. I just like things to be contained. I like order like that. Even when me and my hubby first started dating, he would always like, I would be driving and we would like meet up, and he would always leave stuff in my car. Now, like after the fact, I realized that was like a territory claim. Like he didn't know, I wasn't dating other people, but he didn't know that. So he would like leave stuff like with his name on it, or like leave his hat just to show like he's up in here. And I would, at a certain point, I bought like a basket from Dollar Tree. I'm like, okay, you can put all your stuff in here because I don't like the car to be junky. And it graduated to a bowl by the front door for his keys. I also stopped at the grocery store, like I said. Okay. So I saw, first of all, I've been getting the cookie butter cloud latte from Dunkin'. I love to experience a fun new drink in terms of coffee outside of the house, but I don't like having to leave my house to get it once I like it. And so I've always been a fan of this ever since COVID. This started to be my jam. Like I was catching flights because they was so cheap. They was giving me all the cookies on the plane. Amen. And I fell in love with this cookie butter, but I never thought it would be good in coffee. So now I'm gonna start making my own cookie butter cloud lattes. But I saw this girl, I think her name is Amber Lloyd, online. Her content is so funny, her and her family. She makes her own cookie butter cloud latte at home too. And I saw her do this before I realized I liked it, but she uses this in the cup just to be cute, because when it like melts down with the coffee, it literally looks like a cloud. This jet puff. This is also really good mixed with cottage cheese to dip strawberries in. I got this evaporated milk. This was like $1, and I don't want to do too much in preparing for Thanksgiving, but I'm literally just, if I'm in the store and I see one thing, I'll just get one thing. Like that's where I'm at, because I don't want to go super psycho planner mode, like how my flesh, the proclivity of me goes, is to do too much and get like controlling about it. Especially because where I live, stuff be selling out when it comes close to Thanksgiving. But I just feel God like giving me peace and calm. Just take it easy this year. We're not doing too much, and so I'm just, if you see it, get it, right? So I'm gonna use this for mac and cheese, but I'm not gonna go crazy and buy up the whole store, you know? Oh, I forgot I got this. This magnesium was on sale for $5.50, and I had magnesium droplets before and I don't know where they went, and that's very upsetting. But it did work in helping me with sleep. I did it in like the Sleepy Girl mocktail with tart cherry juice and magnesium, and I found that I would take it too late at night and it would make me kind of groggy the next morning, so I stopped doing that. But magnesium is just good in general to have, and I'm very picky about like what I put in my body. It's like for a long time I wouldn't take any supplements because I didn't want it to become an idol or like do something I didn't want it to do. But I prayed and I felt good about these. So I'll let y'all know the updates. I don't know if it's third-party tested for all my girlies that are really about that life. I don't know. I know that I prayed and I felt the Lord say yes. Hey. Hey. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Girl, I put down this camera for about a good week, but I missed y'all. I'm back. I know it probably seems like nothing, like 2 seconds to you guys, but it's been a minute over here. Hey. I noticed myself approaching a place of burnout, and I have been burnt out before and it lasted a couple years, so I never want to go back there, and I recognize the signs coming on. So I just like took a break. I talked to my husband. I was like, ooh, like I'm not feeling good, like I don't feel like myself. So he took some time to pour into me. I took some time to pour into me, and just know, like, one thing I'm never gonna do is come on here empty. I'm not gonna come on to this beautiful community God has trusted me with. 800 plus people on YouTube. That's not even talking about the other apps. Like, you know, y'all take your time to watch these videos and, you know, hear what I have to say, or like have this fellowship with me virtually. I'm not gonna come on here and just bump the gums for nothing or not be feeling my best and impart that unto you. So I hope you know that's from a place of respect that I do that, and just reverence for God, because he sent y'all to me, which is crazy. But I pray for you guys. Genuinely, I make mention of you in my prayers, and you know, prayer requests are always open, and I hope y'all are praying for me too. I do feel a lot better, let me say that. I feel great. Yeah, like I said, I just needed like quality time with my husband, time with God, like just sitting down, figuring myself out. I was like, Lord, at that time I was like, why do I feel so tired like all the time? And he's like, you're in labor. Not naturally, I'm not pregnant, but I birthed out the We Overcome Academy recently, which you can go to the community tab on this page to learn all about it and join. But I'm talking about it in every vlog because I want y'all to understand God has called me to make a membership community, because some of you are called to share your testimony, but you don't know how to start. You want to share your testimony online, but you're like, I don't know how to do social media, blah, blah, blah. So join the We Overcome Academy. You get 7 self-paced modules, a workbook, access to an exclusive Facebook group, and a live Zoom call with me on December 5th. Lock in. I also like rearranged my whole entire house. I've been spending quality time with friends, and I was telling them like the winter urge to cut you some bangs and rearrange all your furniture in your house. But it works, and I feel amazing. So this is not a great soft launch of the bangs on the vlog. I don't think I've made any clips with the bangs yet. It's been a minute, y'all, but pretty much this is not my best hair day. I just kind of like flipped it over. It's doing whatever, because yesterday I finger coiled it with a Scala deep conditioner. Cool, love the hydration, whatever. I know a lot of the curly girls like this level of definition. I know ball, I can do definition, but I don't like definition, I like volume. But then there's a fine line between volume and just flat out frizz. If you're a curly girl, you know. So I tested out the finger coil method because I haven't done that since I was literally a toddler, and my grandma used to finger coil my hair because child who has time for that. But yesterday I did, or I thought I did. I was late to dance practice because I was sitting here finger coiling my hair, and I totally forgot about dance practice for church, and God was like, don't you got somewhere to be? But anyways, yeah, so this is not a great soft launch. I'll give a picture on Sunday that was like peak bangs, but hopefully it will fluff out by this weekend, because me and my husband have a trip coming up. We're going to the Tarian concert in Manhattan. So excited. I'm talking about a big guy. Hey, trouble comes along the way. Okay, Tarian, y'all know Tarian. So I don't know if that's gonna be this vlog, because I really don't have that much footage, but it's still the middle of the week. But then again, I don't have any plans this week, so I might not be vlogging that much. So we'll see what the Holy Spirit wants to do. What else did I want to catch you guys up on? How have you guys been? Speak when you in my house. Like, let's chit chat. Let me know genuinely, how are you? Some of my like girlies that leave me comments like First of all, y'all are mad funny for being anonymous and then telling me in real life that it's you. You're hilarious. How are you? Hi. And then from some of my girlies that leave me comments, I haven't heard from you in a while, and I'm lifting you in prayer. Okay, and I hope you're okay, and I hope you're just like not in a commenting mood, or you're just feeling shy and it's nothing bad, okay? But let me know, how are we? Okay. This time away that I've taken, it's only been like a week, but it's been intentional time. So it's felt like consecration. Like God has really sanctified me in this time and showed me how to like give past my limits and like put myself last. And I'm thankful for that, because I know I'm gonna, whenever I go through a period of consecration, he brings me to a place where I need it. Like I wouldn't be able to handle the mantle that's coming in whatever next season without that period of consecration. So grateful for that. And then also, like, I was in a weird place. I got out of my routine. That was my first L. Second L was, this is hard to explain and it sounds crazy when I say it out loud. I am an Old Testament girly down all the way.org. Like I love the Old Testament so bad, because to me it's a true book. I'm not saying it's fiction, but it reads like fiction because there's plots and storylines, and I like to read fiction. So it kind of it scratches that itch for me. But then it's also, you compound that with it being the living word, Jesus Christ wrapped in flesh, and the truth of God. So it gives me everything I need it to give, right? I spent years in the New Testament, like when I was first getting saved as a teenager, when I was in my lukewarm era, like it was New Testament, because I couldn't understand the Old Testament, right? And then God brought me to a place of like falling in love with the Old Testament. So I'm there, right? And I went through this like deep dive of the Old Testament with him this year. But after I kind of completed that storyline, he brought me through a plot of like exile to Babylon, like from like Second Chronicles, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Daniel. Like if you be reading your word for real, you know, like it's tea. But after I completed that, I kind of was like super like lost, because I had been in that same storyline all year. And then I felt God calling me to go to the New Testament, and I was mad uncomfortable. I was talking to my bestie about this, and I don't want y'all to judge me, and I don't want y'all to think that like I don't know ball, or like I'm uncomfortable with Jesus, because it's not that, but it's like it's really hard to articulate. But I'm just sharing for the sake of like, if you struggle with reading your word in any way, or if there's any part that is like challenging for you, like we can talk about that here. This is the safe place to talk about that. Okay, so he brought me to the New Testament, and because it's like it's parables, and it's Jesus being direct and rebuking, and it's like it's different from the digging that I'm used to doing in the Old Testament. Like I'm like an annotator. Like I want to know, like, wait, so what's going on in the Hebrew? What's a taskmaster represent? Like what does that mean in Greek? Like I like that. So it's like, yes, you can still do that in the New Testament, but at the same time it's very direct. He's like, hey, y'all are bugging. You ain't coming to heaven acting like that. Like, you know what I mean? So it was different, and it was like, it made me a little uncomfy, because I guess to say it wasn't like scratching that itch, for lack of better terminology, that I was like used to getting when I read my word every day. So yeah, that kind of broke my routine, and I had a lot going on. But all that to say, I'm back in the Old Testament. Like God, he challenged me to go to the New Testament. I went there. It was extremely uncomfortable. It's not that it's not that I don't know ball. I know the New Testament very well. Okay, I'm not saying I have the whole thing memorized, but I know it. I've sat with it. I've wrestled with it. But I'm back in the Old Testament because I love it there, and I missed it. And I know some people read like a New Testament and an Old Testament every day. Right now, that's not really how my brain is working. So I was in the New Testament. I transitioned to the Psalms because like I was in that weird place, and I was feeling like, dang, am I broken? Like, bruh, like, is there something wrong with me? Like, why am I so like, I don't know. It's hard to describe. Like, I'm in love with reading my Bible, but I wasn't in love with reading it the way I was. And so it just kind of shook me at my core. And so the Psalms felt like a hug for me. They always do. Like, it's just like for me, this is how I relate to the Psalms. Like, you feel lost, you feel confused, you feel angry, you feel upset, you feel sad, you feel humiliated. Just go to the Psalms because it's all there. It's like the full range of emotions is represented in the Psalms. So I can always go there and just hide there. And so that's what I did. felt so much better. And I audio Bibled it. Like I was so, guys, I know this is dramatic, but I was like, God, like, I don't even know, like when I read your word, it just doesn't feel the same. Like, am I distant from you? Like I was melodrama. I just felt weird. Like I'm not, like I go to my word, it's the same yesterday, today, and forever. It's not changing. So that means something in me had changed. And I was just like, it was so subtle, but I noticed it, and I don't like that. I don't play like that. So it felt weird. We're good. He's here, I'm here, we're here together. And long story short, I'm back in Exodus now. Oh, because you got a cute sweater, you want to come up to mommy and show off your cute sweater to the people. Huh, Buddha? Hail, lion up, Buddha. Let the Buddha roar. Hail, lion up, Buddha. Let the Buddha roar. Bro, you're bugging! What the heck, boy? Get up, boy! Get off my couch! Pootie, get off my couch, bro. Like, dang. Big behind the German Shepherd. Rude. Anyways, so like I said, I'm in Exodus. Pootie, come on, bruh. I'm in Exodus, and we know the story. We've been there, okay? I'm sure y'all are like, okay, girl, like, enough. But never enough. I'm reading about how, like, this shift, because, like, my church is in Exodus. Like, literally, like, we're moving from one building to another. So I'm like, it's interesting that God called me to read Exodus right now. And I'm like thinking about how this time for the Israelites, like it represented, this is what I read online. I love a good seminary blog, like God bless the bloggers. An inward distress, a public humiliation, or a public oppression, and then the humiliation that comes from that. Like, do y'all know how that feels? Like when inside you're going through it, and so you already feel ashamed, like about something, and people don't know, but like you don't feel good inside. And then on the outside, you're also going through it, and now people can see that too, and you just feel like you're all messed up. Like, I know about that. Y'all know about that? So that's what this time for the Israelites is giving, right? And so as I'm reading that this morning, because I'm like in Exodus 1 and 2, and I think I'm gonna like park there for a while because it's too fertile, it's too rich for me right now. I'm like, he's also bringing in my mind like this James 1, 2, and 4, this count it all joy, has been just in my spirit like for a couple days, like this last week, this count it all joy. And then I'm thinking about, just come with me, like this inward humiliation, this outward humiliation, this oppression that the Israelites are in. And like, I remember feeling like so miserable all the time. Like I so embarrassed. Like God, like imagine how the Israelites felt in slavery. They went from being honored and favored, Joseph, yeah, abundance, what's up, to slavery. And it probably felt like, God, like, hello? Like, do you still love me? Like, this is how I would give it up to God, like, in some of my hardest times in the last 2 years. Because in the last 2 years, there's a whole testimony on it that I really have not been able to go into yet because it's not time, right? And he makes everything beautiful in his time. But, like, there's times I've been like, Lord, like, I'm kind of mad with him, like, irritated. Like, you're good. You're my father, and I'll obey you. That's not a question. But in your perfect love, you let me go through this? This is how much you love me to let me go through it. Like, I know you love me, right? Like, I'm not saying you don't love me. I'm not saying your love isn't good. I'm not saying your correction isn't good. But like, your perfect, merciful, kind, compassionate love lets me go through this every day. Y'all know that feeling of like humiliation, right? And so I'm reading Exodus, and I've been in this place where I'm seeing fruit. Like I'm seeing fruit in my life. Like I'm not boasting. It's not even just me. Like I'm witnessing fruit spring up. Okay. And God is reminding me of my suffering though. Of the last two, he didn't forget. Every time Shandi Bahasi Anda Bosa. Every time I said that to him, I said, God, I love you, I obey you, I'm staying, I shall not be moved. Your steadfast love and kindness endures forever, right? Speaking his word to him, all while being like, but why does it have to hurt this much? Why does it have to be this humiliating? Why does it have to feel like the same thing over and over? How many years were the Israelites in slavery? Same thing over and over, brick and by brick and straw, brick and brick and straw. How long? Goodness. And he's reminding me, like, every time I'm seeing this fruit, like, I'm talking about fruits of the Spirit. I'm talking about people I'm praying for springing up with fruit. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, I didn't forget your suffering. So, like, it's not like, and when you're in the suffering and then you read, count it all joy, my brothers and sisters, when you endure sufferings of every kind. It's like, James, like, if you don't get, I do not want to hear that. This is not giving joy. But now, right, coming on, graduating from the last couple years of suffering. That's not to say there won't be more suffering. Okay, but from the last couple years of that type of suffering, sitting in this consecration, this graduation right now, I am so joyful that I did suffer. Like, I am so grateful that God gave me the type of suffering I could bear. It was the most I could. There was no more I could bear. It was the absolute maximum capacity. If I would have lost my mind at 100%, he had me at 99.999. Hello? Over the last couple years. I'm not exaggerating. Like, don't play with me, because ain't no more I can take than what I done took. Okay? But now I'm just seeing, and it's baby fruit. Like, this fruit will continue to ripen and continue to develop. But what I'm seeing, I'm like, I'm so grateful for that suffering, because look what it produced. Look what this patience turned into a perfect work, turned into perfection, turned into completion produced. Ooh, I want to start running. I want to start running so bad, but I'm cozy in my blanket and I don't want to get cold. Come on. So if you are in your suffering era, suffering season, waiting season, we're always suffering or waiting for something. That's the whole point. But like, if you're like, if it's very prevalent, like if you're in the suffering and waiting that's like in your face every day and it hurts, and you're coming to God, like, you're biting your tongue and you're choosing to just say you're good because you're mad and you reverence him too much to talk crazy, but you want to, like, you know what I mean? It is gonna become joy. It is gonna become a perfect work. It is gonna become completion, lacking nothing. Like, he worked me backwards. Like, I was like, God, like, I have never felt this complete. I've never, and it's not that I don't want things, it's not that I'm not believing him for things, but it's just like right now, I just feel like I lack nothing, and it's like so liberating and so freeing, and it's like, I can't even explain it because I can't even understand it. Like, there's no words, it's supernatural, you know? And he's like, that came from suffering of every kind. And now you're counting it all joy. And then he jumped, so I've been sitting in that place for the last like couple months. And then he jumped me back to Exodus. He's like, remember in slavery, in bondage of sin, when your wages were death, and you cried out to me, and I loved you, but I had to let you endure the punishment? That was for this moment.
What would happen if you paused on all the action? Quit the stress and need no caption. Give your Instagram vacation. Yeah, work on your patience. Yeah, but you ain't basing. Yeah. Cause I love some music.
is the evening now. I just whipped up some ramen. It was super good. I used pork chops that I made last night for dinner. Connect with me on like Instagram or Facebook or TikTok for more like daily updates, because that's where I post like in my story and stuff like that. But I did want to share my TJ Maxx haul from the other night. I kind of had like a long day yesterday, and so I wanted to get out of the house. Just, you know, I work from home, life from home, so get out of the house, see a new environment. And my husband gave me the green light to pick up a couple things that we needed. Only the essentials that we absolutely need, such as this candle. It says Jesus is the reason for the season. I'm tempted to keep this container after using it, like cleaning it out. That's a lot of work to get it cleaned out, but I mean, like, hello. And it smells so good. So it's the Sand and Fog brand. I think they have perfume too, and it's Fraser Fur natural wax blend. Best part was the price. This was $8 for this size of a 3-wick candle, and it smells so good. It's like a sweet citrusy Christmas tree, and I didn't want anything that was like too overwhelming or like annoyingly up in my face. Also had to get my peppermint bark. Okay, don't judge me because I'm a peppermint bark girl, and this is my girl dinner once in a while. All right, it's so good, and you can only get it a certain time of the year. So I literally went and got like a decaf peppermint mocha last night and picked this up. Also got some gold hoops because we're going to a concert this weekend. These were $13. I got some cheap ones off Fashion Nova, and I lost one like right away. They were super cheapy. They were like $2. I really just got them because of the name. They were called Selah hoops, but girl, they were so flimsy, and I lost one right away. So I just picked up these, and hopefully these will last. They're a little more weighty and substantial. This is gonna be for my room because I like to work with a candle up at my desk. This container is so elegant. Like, I'm literally gonna be keeping this and like just using it, because how cute is this? And then it pops open. Like, yeah, this was $8 just for the 1 wick, but I think it's like a cranberry, cinnamon vanilla. Hello, the cinnamon, it kind of does give like a cranberry note. But yeah, I love this. I can't wait to light this. I can't believe it's already about to be Christmas. Thanksgiving is next week, so I'm gonna make some cranberry sauce. I'm the only one in my family that eats it, so I'm just gonna make a small quantity. These are actually cranberries that I kept in the freezer from last year. And what about it? This is a super simple recipe that I learned some years ago from a woman of God, and it's just a cup of cranberries, a cup of sugar, and a whole orange, like with the skin and everything, and it kind of gives it this yummy bitter to offset the tart and the sweet from the sugar. However, I think I'm only gonna do like, I'll probably do like half of the peel, because I don't want it to be too bitter, because I'm also going to be using this cranberry. I'm going to freeze it for next week, but I'm going to be using it in an ice cream recipe, a practice campaign. I told y'all God is having me do practice campaigns and like shoot content as if it's paid, and just build my portfolio so that when the brands find my page and as I'm pitching and they're looking over my page, they'll see like quality content. So I'm going to do a practice campaign for Ninja Creami, because I have a Ninja Creami machine. So if you don't have one, how it works is you blend up all of your ingredients, and it's like obviously like much cleaner ingredients than buying it at the store, so there's that benefit. But you blend it up and let it freeze for a day, and then as it's frozen, you stick it in the Ninja Creami machine, and you can eat it right away and like tweak it and adjust it. So I have like a kiwi lime sorbet blended up and frozen, ready for my husband, but that's not really my style. So I'm gonna do a chocolate cranberry like vanilla ice cream for myself. And my idea was like, my concept that I'm gonna be submitting for the brand to see is like a cozy holiday. So I have my holiday flavor ice cream. That's why I'm doing the cranberry sauce and mixing that in. You'll see. And then eating it with my husband in our matching Christmas PJs, and have that be like the pitch that the brand is gonna see. So this is the beautiful, bright, fun color that you get. It's so yummy. It's gonna bust with some leftovers on like a Hawaiian roll. If you know, you know. I usually do the sides. My husband does the protein, so I've never cooked a turkey. But this year he's thinking he wants to do fried chicken. We'll see. We don't even know what our plans are, like I was saying, but whatever the case is, this right here is gonna be so good. So I'm gonna try to do it without making too much of a mess. But I have this cute pumpkin ice cube mold from Dollar Tree. I had my pumpkin ice cubes, coffee ice cubes in here before, but I ran out. So let's see if I can finesse, because I just want to freeze this up for Thanksgiving. Smooth it over with a spoon or whatever, and then keep some for the ice cream. That should be good. Okay, wait, it's kind of a lot. Hold on now, because I still got like half of that. I might just do a second ice tray. This is gonna be so good though. And it's versatile, so like if I have a lot of this left after Thanksgiving is said and done, I'll probably just throw these in smoothies periodically. We drink a lot of smoothies in this house. This is where we're at. And on Thanksgiving, we'll have these cute pumpkin shape frozen cranberry sauces. We can just heat them up over our biscuits and whatnot. So I placed a couple teaspoons of vanilla extract in the blender with this little bit of extra cranberry sauce. And I saw this good brother on TikTok say if you heat up in the microwave your chocolate chips with a little bit of oil before you place it in a Ninja Creami recipe, you'll get that like nice melty small little flakes of chocolate chip. I don't like frozen chocolate chips because they're just so hard and like overbearing, so I got this like really easy chocolate sauce. I don't know why I've ever done this, but yeah, it was just like probably like 1 part oil to 2 parts chocolate. And so I'm gonna put that in here now with some heavy cream and some more sugar, blend it up, and we'll see it tomorrow.
Wow, weeples.
Let's see the grand choice. Yeah, because it's them phones. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna wrap this vlog up here. Thank you for hanging out and sticking around. If you made it this far, definitely leave me a comment. If you have any prayer requests, I always welcome those, and I hope y'all are praying for me too, in the name of Jesus. God bless and keep you, make his face shine upon you, show favor to you, and bring you peace. Bye.
Go Jehovah, go Jehovah.